Eala dominates Charaeva through to second round of PH Women's Open. Manila, updated. Filipina tennis star Eala is off to a dominant start in her campaign in the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. Eala trounced Russia's Elena Charaeva 6-1, 6-2, in front of a huge home crowd on Monday night at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center to progress to the second round of the tournament. It was a sensational home debut for the 20-year-old Eala, who took care of business against world number 142 Charaeva to the delight of Filipino fans. Gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa inyong lahat na nandito kayo, a delighted Eala told the crowd after her win. Maharap ibahagi, yung nararamdaman ko ngayon, kasi matagal ko na tong pinapangarap. Maraming salamat. Eala repeatedly found her mark with down-the-line forehands to frustrate Charaeva, with the Filipina breaking her in the fourth and again in the sixth game of the opening set. With Eala serving, Charaeva showed great grit and threatened to break the Filipina. Eala scored back-to-back winners, however, before Charaeva committed an error in her return to hand the home favorite a comprehensive win in the first set. Charaeva won the first two games of the second set before Eala finally broke her in the third game. There was a nervous moment ahead of the fourth game, with Eala needing a medical timeout before she returned to the court to applause from the home crowd. She initially struggled with her movement, but displayed her trademark resolve and held her serve to tie the frame at 2-2. From there, it was all Eala, as the Filipina cruised past Charaeva and booked her place in the next round. "I'm in a good moment of my career," said Eala, whose meteoric rise in 2025 helped inspire the country's hosting of the WTA 125 tournament. "I want to say that I'm going up, I'm at my best ranking now." Eala will play the winner of the first round match between Hibino Now and Sakitsam Himino. Full circle. Eala's participation in the Philippine Women's Open was confirmed after her early exit in the Australian Open, where she had drawn massive crowds to her matches and even her practice sessions. But for the up-and-comer, there is something particularly special about playing at home and seeing firsthand the impact that her success has had on her sport. "I think it's such a full-circle moment to see how far tennis has come in the Philippines," she said in her on-court interview. "I think playing matches and seeing my two worlds collide, kumbaga, being in Manila and the WTA Tour, and seeing it come to life is so full circle and so emotional for me because it's allowed me to reflect on how far I've come. It really makes me proud of myself," she added. All eyes will be on Eala as she continues her campaign in her home tournament, but she says she can handle the additional pressure of playing in the Philippines. "It's nothing compared to the pressures that regular everyday Filipinos have to face providing for their families," she said. "It's nothing compared to what my parents have sacrificed to bring me here." The home court odyssey, Eala's commanding advance at the Philippine Women's Open. In the heart of Manila, beneath electrifying lights that danced across the historic courts of the Rizal Memorial Tennis Complex, a moment was etched into Filipino sporting history, a moment defined by prowess, passion, and the roar of a home nation united behind one player, Alexandra Eala. It was a night charged with expectation and wonder. A tennis ball's crack resounded across the center court as fans, clad in vibrant colors and waving flags, leaned forward in collective anticipation. They were gathered not just for a tennis match, but for something deeper, a symbol of national pride, a dream realized on home soil, and the thrilling spectacle of a rising star taking her rightful place under the global tennis spotlight. This was the inaugural Philippine Women's Open, the first W125 tournament ever staged in the country, and Eala was its luminous centerpiece. From the moment she stepped onto the court to face Elena Charaeva, a talented Russian competitor, the energy was electric and unmistakable. Every step, every serve, every forehand carried the hopes of an entire nation. Setting the stage, a historic homecoming. For Eala, this tournament was more than a competition, it was a homecoming. She had grown up chasing tennis dreams far from the sandy courts of Southeast Asia, training internationally, and competing against the world's best. Her journey had taken her across continents, where successes and setbacks alike forged her character. Now, at 20 years old, ranked within the top 50 in the world, she was playing her first professional match on home turf. The Philippine Women's Open was conceived with a grand vision: to showcase the sport of tennis in a nation where basketball often took center stage, and to inspire a new generation of athletes who saw potential in the beautiful arc of a tennis rally. And in Alex, they had a true ambassador, a young woman whose rise was already the subject of admiration across Asia and beyond. The draw had paired her with Eala Charaeva, a formidable opponent with a solid resume on the ITF circuit and a career-high ranking near the top 150. Charaeva, born in Russia and seasoned through years of competitive play, was not to be underestimated. They had met once before, years earlier on the ITF tour, where Eala suffered defeat. This match, however, was different. The stakes were higher, the crowd louder, and the setting historic. 2. The battle begins. First set fury. Right from the first serve, Eala asserted control. The crowd's cheers crescendoed as the left-handed Filipino ace unleashed her signature aggressive baseline play. She combined powerful forehands with cleverly disguised drop shots, testing Charaeva's footwork and court coverage. Within just a few games, the momentum had swung decisively. Eala's footwork was crisp, her first serve blistering. Each time she stepped up to the baseline, she seemed to carry a kind of calm conviction, as though the weight of expectation was instead fuel for her determination. Game after game, Eala dominated. She broke Charaeva's serve early, capitalizing on returns that drew gasps from the crowd. With each point won, the home stands erupted, chants of "Alex! Alex!" echoed under the Manila night sky. The first set concluded 6-1 in Eala's favor, a commanding statement that electrified fans and set the tone for something special. 3. A test in the second, Charaeva's resistance. But sports, like life, are rarely linear. In the early games of the second set, Charaeva fought back. Perhaps inspired by the passionate crowd, or determined to rewrite the script, she grabbed the first 2 games. Suddenly, the tempo shifted. Questions rippled through the stadium. Could this veteran Russian upset the hometown favorite? Would history slip just beyond reach? Yet Eala, poised, composed, responded with a patience and strategic play that revealed maturity beyond her years. She steadied her ground, forcing returns that stretched Charaeva, and soon regained the upper hand. Where once there was tension, now there was resolve. In the midst of this, Eala called for a brief medical timeout, a pause that could have unsettled a lesser competitor. But when she returned, it was with refreshed focus. She maintained her rhythm and tightened her advantage, closing out the set 6-2. Her fierce determination was palpable,